One, suicide, after one failed attempt in November 2015, after being sectioned, and two, I was very close to just killing myself through diet alone. I didn't eat for 2 years, I lived on ice, that was my thing. And my family got to the point where they gave up. They didn't want to, they were planning my funeral between Ben, sister, mum and dad and Nan. They were all planning what they were going to do for me, asking me what I wanted, that sort of thing, and I just ignored it. And it was only when I went to Cyprus with Ben, and I promised him on the last night I would eat something, that the reality of what I was doing to myself hit me. I went to a restaurant and we ordered a Greek meze, and it's all brought up in little, like the foods you see in front of you, it's all brought up, all really lovely stuff. And I put a bit of chicken in my mouth, then I put a bit of tomato in my mouth, and I thought, I'm going to go and throw it up. And as I stood up, I had a real sharp pain here in the left-hand side of my stomach. And I'm going to tell this story, and I'm sorry if it's horrific, but it needs to be out there. As I stood up, the water I'd been drinking that night, amongst the chicken that had gone into my stomach, actually hit my stomach, and the tomato had caused such pain that my intestines and my bowel decided to leak everywhere. And I was in a beautiful dress, and I was in the middle of a busy restaurant with a load of brown oil leaking out of my back passage and my front passage. And I started to cry, and I said to Ben, get me out of here. So he got me out of here, took me home, we got changed, and we went back out for the night, and I was doubled up in pain all night. We drove to the airport the next morning, and when we got to the airport, they wouldn't let me fly. My legs had swollen up to double the size they are now. I couldn't bend my knee. And I had a daughter who was due home in 4 hours from our flight, so he had to go home, and they put me in hospital. It turns out that I had refeeding syndrome, and that is where your body and your stomach poisons itself with normal food. It happens to people who are cancer patients or have had bowel removals, that sort of stuff, and it also happens to people with serious eating disorders, which I've had honestly and openly for probably half of my life, since probably about the age of 14, 15 it all started. And it was through hating myself, trying to change myself to fit into what everyone else in society wanted me to be. So I stayed out in Cyprus, and whilst there my sister had started her Juice Plus journey for weight loss. I'd found out about these amazing capsules, I'd researched about these amazing capsules, which really are just fruit and veg. That's all they are, just with the acid taken out of them, the water taken out of them, so the acidity you get in fruit, which obviously the tomato is what set my stomach off. And she shipped it over to me really quickly and said, just try it. So I spoke to the consultant, and he said, yeah, go for it, give it a go. And my story is 5 days later, I was up and on the beach posting to you all going, hi, I'm fine, doing bending and stuff like that. And that's basically the long and the short of it. I was able to then start eating little bits of food. For you guys, you would think it was mouse-sized food, but for me it was catastrophic what I was eating. It was good. And I haven't stopped since then. The minute I got back, I said to Amy, well, I've lost my job, I've lost my house, my family didn't get what was going on. I said, how am I going to pay for this? But I want everything. I want to try it all. So I joined the business at the same time as taking out my plan, my platinum plan, because I wanted to pay for my products. And it's just gone crazy since, really. It's changed my life. I eat a build-up plan, which is provided by us. We give you a personal build-up plan or a personal weight loss plan or a health plan with your package. And I take the capsules every day, although I'm moving on to chewables, because for me, digestible is a little bit easier for me to swallow. I've got quite a severe reflux from being sick a lot. I take boosters when I need energy, and I take 2 to 3 shakes a day, on top of 2 to 3 meals a day, and 2 snacks, when I fit them in and I don't have bad weeks like this week where I stay the same. But that's basically my story. And that's how I come on to saying to Amy that I really, really, really wanted, if anything, was to get the message out there to people that all the haters, all the people who think, you know, it's just some pyramid scheme or some another fad that's on the market like Atkins, like, I mean, some of these people in this room know me from diet clubs, have met me at diet clubs, and they know I'd lose the weight, I could quite easily do it. But when I offered my services to them to say, I need this in my life to keep me in a good place, because I will quite easily go off into a bad place where a minute I put on a pound, or the minute I don't lose what I want, I will come off of it and I'll binge and I'll use food as a way, as a filling a void. These other companies didn't take my services up, but Juice Plus offered it there on a plate to me. They just turned around and said to me, you are a product of the product, we want you to push it. And they pushed me quite far really with it. And everyone around me is doing the same. And that's why we developed, I suppose, we thought we'd branch off and start the Just You movement really, because it is about you. I've learned a very, very, very hard way that without you being okay, it has a chain of events on people around you love. Friends, neighbours, people you meet in the street, and the products are just so good. My first ever diet I did at 15, 16 years old was Slim Fast, and I lost loads of weight on it, and it was really good, but it was the start of my bulimia, because the minute I put food in my mouth, I put on weight. So that's how it all started. These ones you can just buy over a counter in Superdrugs when they're on offer after Christmas, great, go for it. But please do not expect it to last you for long.
You don't get any support or anyone regulating, everyone checking how you're doing, you're left to it.
You're left to it, and that is the beauty.
You do it on your own.
Yeah, that is the beauty of this. And even the diet clubs, once you get there, they're still only there on a Saturday morning. You get on a scale, it's hi, bye. You know, we offer, we offer 24/7. There's 4 of us who look after you all. It's only getting bigger, but I want to maintain that level of looking after your mindset. So I've got a few things planned for everyone on our group that just help you get to the point where you realise who you are as a human being. You love you, whether you're 16 stone, 12 stone, 9 stone, whatever. And the people around you accept you for you, faults, warts and all, basically. So that's my story. That's what I aim to, and the Just You movement aims to do for you.